Hi, I'm GeoDav, and in this set of videos we're going to actually look at, create and get things working for the infamous, let's say, a lot of people have struggled with it, the FaceFX system within Unreal Tournament 3. Now a lot of people have looked at this, and a few guys have actually got very close to getting it to work the way people expect. But it's not always worked to 100%. Now I believe I've managed to get it there to make it usable. So what we're going to do is first have a look at the first thing we're going to do is actually have a look at the content within Unreal Tournament 3 to actually see where I get my lists, my bone names and all the other bits and pieces I'm going to be making in the next video, which will be in 3ds Max, and then we'll come back into Unreal Tournament 3 editor, start setting everything up, and eventually we'll actually have a little video and hopefully a little matinee scene showing our guy speaking. Okay, so let's have a look at the simple parts of things. Alright, straight away with the mesh. Now the one I'm going to work with is going to be the Athero character. Now the reason why I say this is it's the one I did look at the Reaper version, but that gets quite complicated, so we'll stick with this guy because he'll do fine. Now the main things that you're going to have to be looking for here is that, as you can see, it's one solid mesh. Okay, it's not the split up one that you use for your normal characters. So you want to make a complete solid mesh for this. Alright, if we go down here, let's move this viewport a bit so we've got a bit more space here. Alright, you need to make sure your FaceFX asset is in this line. Okay, we'll do this later, but this is the way I work. I go in, have a look at things, click all the buttons, see what else I can find. Now something you'll notice here already is in the origin tab, not quite the same origin as what your characters work on. Obviously they've done a little bit of tweaking here. Okay, so we'll just close. Remember that you can compare it with the other characters in game. Your rotation, yep, that's fine, everything works there. Your -90 as normal. Alright, the main thing that we're going to be a little bit different here is the guy's got 4 material slots. Now as you can see, one of these is empty. Why? No idea. Okay, but you've got here your main body cinema, you've got your FaceFX material. Well, what that's for, not too sure. I mean, I've got the system working, but and here you've got the guy's eyes. Now if you want, you can click, we'll show them. Right, that's Othello's eyeballs. Now if we go down to where this FX material, let's have a look at what that is. As you can see here, there's a few little bits and pieces, and I take it that these lots over here, these normals, as you can see, Othello, 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 these is where the FaceFX system, you can actually add certain bits of these normal maps to actually go and deform the face to give it a little bit more detail. Okay, but as per normal with my videos, it's just going to be the basics to get you in, up and running. Right, the next we're going to do is have a look at the FaceFX folder. Now as you can see here, you got a lot of assets. Now these are not the ones that we want. Okay, because the ones that we want, as you can see here, there's anims created from, all that. That's your anim, your special little sort of like anim sets for the FaceFX system. So what we're going to do is go down here, the FaceFX asset, obviously for actor name Othello. Double click on that. Now you will always, until you make your own one, you will always get this little bit. Now I'll go into later into why you get that, but this is the main screen that you will get when you open it up, and we'll just spin the guy around here. I'm using the left mouse button, hold the right, normal navigation systems, and we've got Mr. Othello there. Doesn't he look pretty? Okay, so what do we need to look at here? I'm going to maximize this screen out, do a little bit of movements here so it gives a bit more play. So alright, now we're going to, there's your preview, there's your face graph, there's your animation, nothing there, there's your mapping, workspace, console. Lots of stuff to play around with there, and trust me, it's a pain. Anyway, okay, next thing we need to look at, actor info. Now this is where I get all my bone names. Now we can't show it here, but I'll show you in Max in the next video where all these bones are from. Okay, so you got B neck, B head, B MF face, jaw, or you can, they're pretty much set up and named at what you would expect and where they are positioned. Okay, so if you look at, you'll see here there's a sort of a system here. Okay, looking down, now these are all the bones that you are going to need, minimum. Okay, now having looked at this and the ones from Gears of War, yes, the Gears of War have more bones in the guys' faces. Unreal Tournament, I think they've reduced to the max, is one of the old terms that been batted about for years. So pretty much the minimum amount of bones left it in there. So that's where I get my list of bones that we're going to need. Okay, close that down. Face graph. Now we're looking at all nodes here. As you can see, doesn't change anything. Now when I export the anims or the animation poses from Max, they need to have certain names for FaceFX to recognize. So you've got look close, right eye wide top, wide bottom, left eye. Now these are all poses. They're not animations in that sense, they are poses. Okay, now I've made a complete list. Now if we click on there, we get it in ordered, blink, blow, blow down. Now I made a complete list of what I thought would be necessary for all these. Now as you can see, there are a lot, and I mean lot, of stuff in there. Now you'll see these, normal brow left, normal brow right. Now these are those normal textures that we looked at a minute ago. Okay, how that all fits in we'll go into later, and whether we actually use these is a slightly different setup. Okay, but we've got not that one. The normal ones we'll leave out at the moment. Nostril left in, nostril left out, up, down, squeezy, squeezy. There we go. Tongue out, tongue up, suck, smile left, smile right. All things like that. Okay. So that's where I get my names from. Okay. We do, as you know, copy, 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 copy. Now, as you can see here, there's nothing else there left to have a look at for the moment. Now, face graph. Now, because I clicked on one of these, you go zoom out, go all the way back in, and go whee straight in. These are some forms of functions. I don't, as you know, I don't have a full look at everything that they have in now. Orientating, moving about in this is not nice. It's one of the things that I do not like. Mouth right, output link function, doesn't say anything there. Now if I keep going up, now I'm zooming out here because I want to show you something up here. No, it's not going to zoom in on there. Now what's it called? I'm trying to... No, not there. See, the thing is, you can go down here. Let's see if I can find those normal stuff again. See where they're set. There we go. Here we go. We're zooming in, and you can see normal furrow. Now this is a special node, as you can see, all set up here. Now if I just zoom out a little bit, you got brow down, which links down to right brow squeeze, normal furrow. So if we go there, you've got a lot of output there. We go here, you've got input from there, output to there. Okay, quite complex. Takes a lot of messing around with. I haven't made my own one yet. I just use a default one, so I cheat. Okay, we'll get into that. Animation, you can't see anything there at the moment. Mapping. This is the reason why your default UT character does not work. Okay, I'll tell you that right now, because this is the bit that has got everybody stumped. Now the reason for this, alright, FaceFX looks for these nodes. Okay, there's not many of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 nodes. Now your UT3 characters don't have those 15 nodes. Your UT characters, let's see if I can find them. You will find them. Here we go. Have these ones. Your mouth. Mouth right, purse, pucker, left, FV, EE, CH. Okay, CH equates to church. EE is one of these other ones anyway. Now this is, if you want to make a new mapping set for these characters, then you have to do it with here. Okay, and try and work out what all these phonemes, or however you pronounce it, work with these mouth poses. Okay, you can use morph suck as well and morph blow. Okay, but you're going to have to use that sort of setup, and you have to learn how to create your own mapping. Okay, we're not going to bother with workspace or your console. Your console will actually be quite important, because you might have problems if you don't have OpenAL. Here we go, using OpenAL. Alright, you might, I believe you will need that, because if you don't have it, then it'll show a red error, and I don't know whether it's going to work properly for you. That's why I bought a new sound card for my main computer. Anyway, burbles on. Right, a little bit of, see what we can show you here. Right, go into Actor, Animation Manager. No. Right. So we'll close that down for a minute. No, you can't save it because it's yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a, let's see, there we go. I'm just going up here a bit to show you the animation sets. Othello, Cine Intro, 6 animes created from Othello. Yeah, see, it keeps on telling you can't open. Yeah. Now the reason why you can't open this is because of that. Okay. I'll just tell you that right now, because by the time you get to see these videos, the Make Something Unreal contest will be finished, and I'll be able to show you how to do these. Okay. No, wrong one. Actor. Animation Manager. Go to that one. Let's see if I'm not doing this correctly. I know I'm not. Oh, Woody Brothers. There we go. Preview. Now you're not going to hear anything on this, I don't think, but you'll be able to see his face move. There we go. Now that's the sort of thing we're going to be looking at doing. Okay, so don't forget what we actually want to get out of this is the bone names, okay, and the face graph nodes. Now it's showing all the nodes there because some of these we don't actually use. Okay, so that's where you get those lists down. Go out of that. Yeah. Right. Which was the one that I actually looked at initially? Bishop, I think it was. There. As you can see, Bishop has got a really bright head here. Now, yet again, you've got the same bone names. Face graph, if I remember rightly, is a little bit simpler. Okay? Because obviously he's not got a lot to go on. So that's the one that I basically used as a setup. Okay? That's where you get all your names. I probably missed a few of these out, but you can add them in later. Okay, now that's the main sort of look around for FaceFX asset stuff. That's what we're going to be creating. We're going to use one of my super fantastic models in the Max tutorials, and then we're going to get it all in here up and running so you can actually see that it does work, which most of me I've been going on for the last 18 months saying it don't work, it don't work, it don't work, but I've now actually sussed it, so it does work. Okay, so we'll see each other very soon with the next one. No, wrong one. No, go away. Here we go. Still can't get used to this Windows 7 system. Okay, see you soon.